Hey, what's up, you sexy beasts? This is Solanum-Heart, Tristan here, bringing you another story from my weekend, actually. Man, I swear to God, every time I do something, even just attempt something to do something normal, like just a regular vacation or something epic happens. I don't know if it's me or whatever the deal is. So I'm going to start off with three kind of sub-stories to my whole weekend, guys. So we left on Friday, we came back Sunday, we went to the water park, and I'll link a story in the description below about this funny thing that also happened at the water park. So click that link. Sorry, I'm coming down with a cold. Alright, so went back to this water park, and so at this point, nothing really epic had happened because this was on Saturday. And so I'm chilling at the water park, and I'm waiting in line for one of the rides, right? You have to climb these stairs, and then you go down each of the rides. So I'm waiting in line with my friend Logan, and we're waiting in line, and this little kid comes up, and I don't really think anything of it. He's just kind of walking around talking to himself or whatever, and this kid's about 6 or 7, just think about it that way. And then, he comes over to me, he comes really close, and I'm like, oh, hi? I didn't say anything, but he's just kind of like right next to me or whatever. He shoves his finger in my belly button and like twists it around for a little bit, and he says, I flushed it. I flushed it. And I'm like, don't touch me, kid. And I was so perplexed. I was like, why is this kid touching me? What is he doing? You know, what's his demeanor? Like, he just came up to me out of nowhere. Didn't even know the kid. And he shoves his finger in there. He's like, I flushed it. I flushed it. I'm thinking in my head, like, you flushed what? And then he's like, look, I'll show you. So he grabs his raft, right? And there's a circular raft, and then there's a 2-person raft as well. So he grabs his raft, and what he does, he stands in the center of it and lifts it up and pushes it back down. Lifts it up, pushes it back down. While he's doing this, he's like, I flushed it. I flushed it. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm scared. And then Logan's like, I would have punched that kid in the face. And I'm like, oh god. So I'm using my raft to like block this kid because he's like standing right next to me. Like, I swear to God, he just wants to touch me again. And you know, like, I had my hand on my raft and he's all touching my raft and stuff like that. And he's getting really close to doing that crap again. So I was like, And so I went in line, and then I eventually went down that raft. And I saw him a little bit more, and I was like, I had to like block my raft and cover my belly button and stuff because I got really scared. But so I saw that kid a little bit more. Very, very creepy. You might have a social disorder, I don't know, but it still was creepy when it happened to me. And then I'm going to be telling you something else that happened. So a little bit later, guys, about an hour or two later, Logan and I are chilling in the hot tub, and you know, everything's going fine, whatever. There's quite a bit of people in this hot tub, and this 8 or 9-year-old girl, probably, she's definitely not a teenager, so she's anything younger than, you know, like 12 and stuff like that. So she sits like right next to me. I'm talking like 3 inches away from me, and it's just kind of uncomfortably close. Like, you know, if you want someone to leave the hot tub, that's what you do. You just sit like right next to them. And there was total room for her to sit somewhere else, and so she's sitting right there, and she's sitting so close to me that her hair is like waving onto my left shoulder. So I'm like, okay, you know. And then this kid, you know, she's not thinking anything of it. She's just being stupid. And so she's just chilling there. And this other kid sitting across from the hot tub is like, you're probably making that kid uncomfortable. I look over at him and I'm like, yeah. And I like nod. She still doesn't do anything. You know, she's like, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. So I'm sitting like, I start scooting a little bit closer to Logan because this is just getting uncomfortable for me because Logan was sitting on my right side. And then I'm like, eventually, like, her hair is just all up on my shoulder, and I'm like, alright. I like whisper over to Logan. Well, I don't really whisper. I'm like, Logan, scoot over, scoot over. She turns her head to the right into my ear. She's like, scoot over, scoot over. And her stupid girlfriends, whatever, start cracking up, and I'm just like, oh god, this just got really weird fast. And then one of her other friends who cracked up at her quote-unquote joke comes over to me, and she's like, hi, what's your name? I'm like, I'm too old for you, because she's like 10 or 11. And she just sits there like, really like, what? And she's like, I wasn't trying to hit on you, gosh. She like gives me this really weird look like I'm some total creep. And it was a hilarious thing to say in response to her because, like, you know, I know she wasn't hitting on me, but I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, Logan's like, oh my god, you're ridiculous. I'm like, that's how you get people to leave. And it definitely did work. And, so anyway, moving on. So that happened. And then, similar to the last time I went to the water park, link in the description below, I had to ask for a girl's number, so I'm like, why not? There was this lifeguard who looked about 20. I don't know, she might have been my age, but she might have been like 20. I have no idea, she looked really young. And, she's pretty hot, so asked for her number, and then she gives me that excuse like, I'm on duty, so I can't really give that out. I'm like, bullshit. No, I didn't say that to her, but I'm like, whatever. And then just left. So I got rejected up fat. Not as bad as the other time I got rejected, which you can also find on my channel. But anyway, guys, and I'm going to be going to a little bit later in the story. So this was Sunday, guys. We were on our way home, and my brother, his girlfriend, me, and Logan, or Logan and I properly, they took us to the mall. This is a pretty big mall, but we met up with my friend Jen, and she might be on the NGPC podcast with us, and then she was on Ghostly Vice if you haven't seen that either. And so, went with her, and we're hanging out, and so she looks pretty good, right? And so, you know, I wasn't thinking anything of it, and we're sitting down eating pretzels, right? Like the big, soft-baked pretzels are super delicious. And so, these guys come by, they're like, you're pretty, to her, obviously. And then, we're like, we didn't think anything of it, so we start leaving. And we see those same two guys again, and they fist bump us all. And one of them gave me a high five or whatever. So, and then we're just going around, not thinking anything of it. This was like 20 feet away from our table where we were sitting after we left. And apparently Logan had said they had sat like really close to us. And we're just chilling by. You know, I didn't see it or whatever. I wasn't paying attention. And so we're leaving and we're going to all these other stores. This is a huge mall, guys. Keep in mind, this mall is huge. And so, it's an outdoor mall, so it's extremely large. Winky face. Similar to other things. And then, you know, we're going around and we're going in other stores and we see them again. And like, we're like, what the hell? And they're like saying hi or trying to give us, you know, fist bumps again. And we're like, hey guys, again. And then we ended up running to them again, coincidentally. And, quote, quote. And then we finally went to the Van store, like, lastly. And Jen was like, alright, we gotta hold hands and pretend like we're dating to get them to go away. And so, because we saw them again. So I hold her hand and then we walk out. And then we didn't see them again with us, but we were only at the mall for like 20 more minutes or whatever. And then so we're finally leaving, and I see them chilling on the bench. They're looking at me because Jen had left, and they're looking at me all weird, like, what? And so I raised my hands up like, what? Come at me. And then I left. So yeah, I got stalked. My belly button got molested. I got hit on by kids, and that was my weekend. I really hope you guys did enjoy the story. Don't forget to like if you guys did enjoy. Have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.